I can't.
Stop. I'm really trying. Hello, my name is Ashley Potter. Physician's assistant, or PAs, as they are commonly referred to in the medical field, require effective communication skills. Physician assistants, by appropriate definition, is someone who promotes and maintains health by providing medical services under the supervision of a physician. PAs have many job duties, such as contributing to the physician's effectiveness by identifying short-term and long-range patient care issues that must be addressed. Basically, implementing physician directives. One of the biggest requirements for obtaining a job in the medical field, though, is having mastered the art of communication. Physician assistants require effective communication skills. First, I will explain how listening is one of the 3 main communication skills required. Second, I will talk about how interpersonal communication is also needed for a job in the medical field, specifically physician assistants. Lastly, I will discuss how nonverbal communication is important in this type of environment. Listening is a required skill. Physician assistants need to listen effectively to the ill patient that is seeking help, and they need to hear them the first time that they cry for help. Many clients would appreciate revealing what is wrong only once entrusting the information with the holder. It is sometimes hard to share such intimate information about you, and the medical professional should be ready at the appropriate time. Listening not only helps with understanding the patient's needs and getting to know them on a more personal level, but also corresponding with the physician and surgeons for planning treatment options. Robert Siegel points out, to create the environment where everyone feels safe, you need to express ideas, opinions, feelings, or plan and problem-solve in creative ways. Effective communication. You will need to hear out the case and take in all information, ideas presented to you. Now that I have discussed how listening is a required communication skill for this line of work, I will discuss how interpersonal communication is also needed for a job in the medical field. Interpersonal communication is an exchange of information between 2 or more people. This skill is ideal when becoming a physician's assistant because related skills are learned and can be improved through the deliberation between 2 people. Val Jenkins suggests that effective communication skills can alter attitudes and beliefs, thus increasing the likelihood that such skills will be used in a clinical setting. PAs need interpersonal communication skills because they need to see it at all kinds of angles and be able to use it with various professionals. First and foremost, they need to be able to exchange thoughts and practices between physicians, surgeons, and even between hospital administrations. The catch, however, is that they have to learn the different collaborations with whom they interact with. Because physician assistants not only interact with those listed above, but also with clientele. The clientele might need a different approach and may exchange information in different ways. So interpersonal communication is a must, and the PA must be able to use it in many different forms. Now that I have discussed how interpersonal communication is one of the 3 main communication skills in obtaining a PA degree, I'll also discuss how nonverbal communication shows equal importance. Nonverbal communication is the process of communication through sending and receiving wordless cues between people. Melinda Smith states, "Even when you're silent, you are still communicating nonverbally." This is especially important communication skill for PAs because they need to thoroughly and accurately take in every detail of body language that the person is sending. PAs need to take into account when their patient is uncomfortable, stressed, or hiding information from them that could ultimately save their lives. Nonverbal communication can be ambitious, and this is what medical professionals need to veer away from. The goal for PAs is to be as clear as possible and make sure that everyone is under the same understanding. If done right, nonverbal cues certainly have communicative value. Each and every approach taken or received can either make the patient feel welcome or extremely uncomfortable, and the objective is comfort, ability, even in the slightest amount. Completing simple welcoming gestures could in turn save someone's life. That is a small example of the many reasons why nonverbal communication is so important in the medical environment and is one of the 3 main communication skills that PAs need. First, I explained how listening is one of the 3 skills required for physician assistants. Second, I talked about how interpersonal communication is also needed for a job in the medical field. Lastly, I discussed how nonverbal communication is important in this type of environment. Physician assistants require effective communication skills. After listening to this speech, I would hope for everyone to understand that PAs have a wide range of duties, all from identifying short-term and long-range patient care issues to implementing physician directives. I cannot stress enough how big of a part communication plays in the medical field. It could truly save people's lives if handled correctly. Thank you for listening to my speech. I could only hope everyone gets as much information out of it as possible. Thank you.